It's your boy James with the Stop Being Dirty, Stop Eating Dirty. Yo, I'm fresh off the anesthesia, right? You're supposed to have somebody pick you up, but I didn't want to do that, inconvenience anybody. So I'm like, yo, let me just take a Uber type shit. But then I was like, man, I pay bills, car, all this type of shit. I don't want to pay no damn Uber. I'm just going to be like, yeah, my ride's outside. I'm going to drive. I didn't really expect to feel high like this. I'm not high like the little funny dentist commercials that they be doing and shit like that. Where, not commercials, the YouTube videos where they're like so out of it. I feel like high like if I had a couple drinks or like a blunt or some shit like that, but not the Barrett's esophagus. So this is a real random blog, things like this is just like a personal thing with me. You know what I'm saying? Like basically I developed acid reflux a few years ago, but a bad case of it. You know, I basically was living my life super unhealthy between I was drinking liquor, smoking cigarettes, smoking weed, eating halal food every night, fried. Oh, I loved acidic things like sour Skittles and Sour Patches and all things like that. I never was really a fan of spicy food. This all comes together when you talk about what Barrett's is. So Barrett's is basically, it's an uncurable acid reflux disease that basically you develop, and it's really like an old head thing. So when I heard about it these years ago, I'm like, yo, bruh, like I'm 26 years old. Like, what are you talking about? They're like, yeah, this is very rare for you to have, you know, at this age and things like that. And I'm like, why this happened? They're like, blah, 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 blah. You lived your life as an unhealthy fat fuck. So I'm like, all right, makes sense. I will agree with that. So if that's the case, then it makes sense that I have this. So I basically had things like, all right, so cigarettes was number one, which I should have stopped that dirty shit anyway, like at that time for other reasons, just a disgusting habit. But that was number one. They're like, that has to stop. Because basically what it is I have holes inside of my stomach. So the cigarette's bad enough, but the smoke going into the belly, the stomach lining, you're fucking yourself. By the way, I'm dead starving. Haven't ate since yesterday dinner, like at 8 p.m. My appointment was at 3. I'm dumb hungry. I stay with a protein bar on deck, though. These are my faves. But, you know, you just pick one that you like, man. People really think too much into that. What's a good protein bar? One that tastes good, bro. One that tastes good. It ain't a candy bar. Eat a fucking protein bar instead of candy bar. Anyway, I'm getting off subject. I am a little smacked right now. I ain't gonna lie. So no cigarettes, no spicy foods, no acidics, orange juice. Like, orange juice could have put me in a motherfucking hospital. That's how bad it was. Orange juice, pineapple juice, this. And it makes sense, because even with taking the pill I had to take every day, I think it's like omeprazole or some shit like that. A lot of y'all probably can relate to this because you have family members that are older with this shit. Like I said, I shouldn't have had it anyway. It was crazy. I couldn't win that year, by the way. It was a tough one. Between this and other health issues and relationship shit going to shit, all kind of shit happening. So it was a dark time for me. This is just a motherfucking icing on the cake. Like, okay, on top of that, you can't have candy or you know, Grey Goose and orange juice no more. I'm like, all right, bet. He did say liquor in moderation, because some liquor could, you know, give you heartburn if you drink it to a certain extent the next morning and shit. So basically I had to live life like this. No spicy foods, no cigarettes, no acidics. And I did that for years. On top of the fact, I had to get endoscopies. That's what I just had right now, where they put you to sleep and stick the camera down your throat, see what's going on in your stomach. So that's what I just did, right? And I had to do that shit about 5 times over the course of a few years. I even had to do one the other way. You could put that together, but it is what it is. We all got to do it at one point in life, but Jesus Christ, 25 years sooner really blew minds. I'm like, here we go. Turn to your side, please, sir. Like, great. This is fucking great. But anyway, with all that being said, Last year, I go to a different specialist. Just because, like, you know, I wasn't really feeling the energy in the other doctor's office. And on top of that, the doctor left the office. So he was no longer, you know what I'm saying, around. So I needed to find a new place. So I find this new place, Dr. Boswick or some shit like that in Woodhaven, Queens. Great dude, you know, super down to earth, super cool. He is a little touchy-feely. I don't know what team he's swinging for, because he's always like hype, like to like hate on me because like I'm big and shit. But I don't know, a couple of those tricep grips feel real Beasley House-ish. I do not mean that. I'm kidding. Yo, y'all be taking that shit way too. I don't know what goes on in there. It seems like just the motherfuckers living good in a goddamn mansion that has all you motherfuckers that live with your parents stay there. Sounds like a good gig. All that extra shit, I'm not getting into that. At the end of the day, those are people I still work with. So, no offense. I think this is my turn right here. So, anyway. So, I go and I get the endoscopy a year ago. So he sits me down, his face is looking crazy. I'm like, yup. He's about to tell me I'm about to die. Like, his face just looked like not okay. So I'm like, what's up? He's like, well, I got some news for you. And it's actually good news. And I'm like, oh, because your face? He's like, no, because this is, bro, I don't even know how to pronounce it. I'm going to pronounce it the best way I can, but I basically was a part of a false diagnostic. So he shows me a picture of my insides, and he says, the Barrett's is not there. And I said to him, I thought Barrett's was an uncurable disease. He says, no, it is. So I'm like, how is mine going? He says, because it's not going. You never had it. And I'm like, what? Instantly, I'm thinking, ding, 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 ding. Shit, if there's any lawyers or anyone watching this, let me know if I have a case. That shit is pain and suffering. I had to live my life taking medications, not eating certain foods, not going certain places, can't go certain, like just taking medication I didn't even need, all shit like that. But I think this falls under the motherfucking claims you be signing. You know what I'm saying? When you go to the doctor, it's probably somewhere in there. But this is just ridiculous. I thought I had a case. Instantly, I'm like, cha-ching, motherfucker. But he's like, listen, nah, it happens. He's like, and he explained to me, basically, in order to determine Barrett's esophagus, it's like something in the stomach lining. And he says, in the defense of the other doctors, which he doesn't know, just being respectful to the field that he's in, he said that, you know, it happens. And I'm like, okay, I guess. You know what I'm saying, bro? I guess. Like, that was super trash, but at the same time, it's a blessing. I don't have a disease, because that's what it was, a stomach disease. I didn't have to be as precautious of things that I was consuming and things like that. So that was cool. But so anyway, long story long, I had to come a year later for them to really make sure, like, yo, it's gone. Like, not gone, never there, to verify that, yes, what he said is true. And that's what I did today. And yeah, he sat me down and said, yep, it's confirmed. You never had it. But the upside of it is he does say you do have acid reflux, though. So continue to take the acid reflux medication. So that's that. So, you know what I mean? This wasn't battle rap related. You know, I do things like this from time to time. You know, I love the people. You know what I mean? We're normal people, aren't we? Aren't we? I have a channel to do what the fuck I want. I ain't no raps, you know, a slave to battle rap. You know what I'm saying? Talk to y'all about things that are going on. And I felt a little late getting in the car, so I shared it with you. That's all. You know, let me know. Write in the comments. Subscribe. Do you want to hear real life stories? That motherfuckers just go. I always thought this channel was cool for that. You know, me being the first battle rapper blogger, this falls into that. I always thought it was dope to be like, yo, motherfuckers actually have a real life out here. And this is a part of it. So if I'm going to do the sneaker. I'm going to Trader Joe's this week. So I'm going to do the Trader Joe's haul. Show y'all what I eat from Trader Joe's. I'm going to do a separate one for ShopRite and Costco. Do that. I'm also gonna show you the sneaker, the sneaker collection and things like that, things that I've got. Yeah, my bad, bitch. Damn, I did swerve in her lane. My fault, though. She cursed me out crazy. Listen, man, protect your peace. Trust the process. Subscribe to the channel. Stop being dirty. How the fuck could I have had sour patches and liquor and hot food and even cigarettes if I wanted to all these years, but I wasn't allowed to because y'all said I had something I didn't have, you piece of shit doctors?